Now let's see next class of vertebrata, and that is spices. Now these are cold-blooded aquatic animals which can live in marine water and fresh water. Now what is the meaning of cold-blooded? That means their body temperature keeps on changing according to the environment and it do not remains constant. So this is the meaning of cold-blooded animals or poikilotheriums. This is another name for cold-blooded animals. So these are aquatic, lives in water. The water can be marine, that means salty water like sea and ocean. It also can be a fresh water, river, lake, well, etc. Then body is spindle shaped to minimize water resistance because they have to move into water, and for resisting the water flow their body is spindle shaped, and they have paired or unpaired fins. Fins are for swimming, and this tail fin is useful as steering organ. This one is the tail fin. This tail fin is also known as caudal fin. Then exoskeleton is into the form of scales, and endoskeleton is either cartilaginous or bony. Now you can find various scales on the body of the fishes, and endoskeleton, it can be cartilaginous, or there are certain bony fishes also, that means their endoskeleton will be made up of bones. Then respiration occurs with the help of gills. Gills are the respiratory organs into the fishes or the pisces. Examples are rohu, pomfret, seahorse, shark, electric lace, stingray, etc. Next class is amphibia. Amphibians are those animals which can live on land and also in water. So these are strictly aquatic when they are very small. That means into the larval stage they are strictly aquatic, and they performs aquatic respiration, whereas they can live in water as well as on the land when they becomes adult. And they can also perform aquatic as well as aerial respiration. So they have two pairs of appendages, that means two pairs of legs will be there, four legs will be there. Digits are without claws. Claws will not be there, that means sharp nails will not be there. Exoskeleton is absent. Skin is without any derivative and usually kept moist for respiration. Their skin is moist so that the oxygen will be dissolved into the skin, and this is how they'll be able to respire. So the frog respires through its skin. External ear is absent but tympanum is present and it is useful for hearing. Neck will be absent and eyes are prominent with eyelids. Examples are frog, toad, salamander, etc. Let's move towards the next class of vertebrata, and that is reptilia. Now these reptilias are also cold-blooded because they keep on changing their body temperature according to the environment. And these are the first two terrestrial animals with creeping movement, because they do not walk but they creep on the ground, they crawls on the ground. They creep on the land as their body cannot be lifted up. Their skin is dry and scaly. As we saw that in amphibians the skin is moist, in reptilia the skin is dry and it is covered with scales. Neck is present between head and trunk, and as we saw in amphibians neck is absent, but in reptilia neck is present between the head and the trunk. External ear is absent. Digits are provided with claws, but in amphibians digits with claws are absent. Examples are tortoise, lizard, snake, etc. Then let's move towards the next class of vertebrata, that is aves. All the birds belongs to this class. These vertebrates are completely adapted for aerial life. That means they are supposed to fly into the air. They are warm-blooded. That means these are homeotherms, as we the human beings are, because they maintain their body temperature, and that is why their body temperature remains constant, and because of it they got the term homeotherms, as we the human beings are also homeotherms, we are warm-blooded. Their body is spindle shaped to minimize air resistance during flight. Again, as the body of fishes or the pisces, we saw that it is spindle shaped to minimize the resistance in water. To minimize the resistance in air, even the body of the aves is spindle shaped. Then their forelimbs are modified into wings. Digits are covered with scales and bear claws. Exoskeleton is present into the form of feathers. Their body is covered with feathers, and that is their exoskeleton. In reptiles, exoskeleton was the scale itself. Neck is present between head and trunk. Jaws are modified into beak. Teeth will be absent, only beak will be present. Examples are peacock, parrot, pigeon, duck, penguin, etc. Then the next class is the same class to which we belong, the human beings, and that is Mammalia. Presence of mammary glands is typical character of Mammalia. Mammary glands means the breast. These animals are warm-blooded. That means they maintain their body temperature. Even in any kind of environment, the body temperature remains constant. So these are also homeotherms, just like the apes. Body is divided into head, neck, trunk, and tail. Digits are provided with nails, claws, or hooves. Hoof means you can see that the cows or buffaloes, they have the hoof on their leg. It covers their legs and it is useful for them to walk properly. So that is the meaning of hooves. Then exoskeleton is into the form of hairs or fur. So we human beings have hair on our body, right? Examples: elephant, human, kangaroo, dolphin, bat, etc. So these were various classes of vertebrata. So in this way we have completed the chapter. Kindly complete all the exercises. Till then, have a knowledgeable day. Thank you.